Hey there, this is Kelly Oliver, and I want to thank you for requesting your 5 tips on how to get a product on TV. Are you ready? Okay then, let's get started. Well, first you must determine which network is best for you and your product. Now there are 3 top players in the United States: QVC, HSN, and Shop NBC. The biggest of all shopping channels is QVC, located in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Now let me tell you something about QVC. QVC is a worldwide, multi-billion-dollar electronic retail giant with locations all over the world. They're in the United States, they're in London, Germany, Japan, and even China. Now the number 2 player in the business is HSN, Home Shopping Network, and they're located in beautiful, sunny St. Petersburg, Florida. Following Home Shopping Network is Shop NBC. They're located in Eden Prairie, otherwise known as Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now that you've identified the proper network for yourself and your product, there are 5 ways for you to get your product on TV or on a shopping channel. Number 1 is knowing someone. Number 2 is online. Number 3 is a product fair. Number 4, a trade show. And number 5 is with an agent. Let's talk about each one in greater detail now. The best, the fastest, and the easiest way is to know someone, like the CEO of the company or the buyer. These people know people in high places and have amazing influence. However, not many of us have the luxury of that kind of friendship or relationship. Going it alone, trying to get your product to a network without the benefit of knowing someone in the industry and has years of experience, and I do mean years of experience, in both the mess as well as the success category, is doable, but it's really difficult. Typically, utilizing the experiences someone already in the industry can fast-track your success by 90%. Now that I've explained that knowing someone or having connections is the number 1 fast track to success for you in the world of home shopping, let me talk about some of the other methods that are the norm. Method number 2, online. Many networks such as QVC and Shop NBC offers an online application service and product review process. As in the case of QVC, go to their website, qvcproductsearch.com. You'll fill out a questionnaire talking about your product. Once completed, you hit send and your application goes to vendor relations for review. Typically, you're going to find out if the network is interested in your product within 4 to 6 weeks, one way or the other. Then the process can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months to a year for you to get your purchase order. Buyers and networks are constantly looking for the next latest and the next greatest. In fact, they're looking for the wow, something that has never been seen before. So another way for you to be able to connect with a buyer is method number 3, trade shows. Cities across the nation, such as Chicago, Los Angeles, and New York, have various home shows where vendors show their wares. Another trade show is the Electronic Retail Association's event held in Vegas, where many hopefuls have booths waiting to be discovered amongst the myriad of competitors. It's often you'll find potential vendors walking the floor of the ERA, hoping to meet buyers of home shopping or representatives of the direct response industry. Another way of having your product being discovered is method number 4, and that is called a product fair. And a product fair is kind of like what American Idol is to discovering the next latest greatest singing sensation. QVC is an example of one of the networks that offers such an opportunity. Typically, this event is held in various parts of the nation. One of them is Mall of America in Minneapolis. Thousands of people attend this all-day event where they present their product to buyers. If the buyer is interested, they'll get back to you at a later date. And last but not least, method number 5, an agent.
Now, you're probably asking me, well, why do I want to use an agent when I can do this myself? A good agent has a reputation of bringing in successful winners. A good agent has a reputation of bringing in products that sell and knows what to look for and knows how to identify products that sell. A good agent knows what a network needs and knows what a network wants. Now, what this means to you and what this means in the world of home shopping is that the network is happy and the buyer is happy. Because a good agent is going to save a network and a buyer so much time, so much aggravation, because they're going to be weeding through the plethora of products that would normally be presented to a buyer where a buyer doesn't have the time. Another advantage of utilizing an agent is the fact that networks are inundated with so many products. So when you have an agent, it's basically kind of like you've got a guy on the inside, someone on the inside track that can catapult your product over the competition to the front of the line. An agent knows whether or not your product has a chance of even getting on air, getting to a network. And that saves you time and money. Now, when you work with an agent is going to make sure that you are ready to approach a network, that you are ready to present to the buyer, and that you are also ready, both you and your product, to go on air and face the nation. Now, what this means to you is that you are going to save a whole heck of a lot of time. You are going to save a whole heck of a lot of money, a whole heck of a lot of aggravation. But most importantly, working with an agent, this also means that you are going to have the most possible chances for success and the most possible chance to make a whole lot of money when you get on TV. Agents also know how to deal with the protocol of the network as well as the politics of the network. And that can be just as important and just as challenging as any other component in getting your product on air and then being successful on air. And also, many of the agents already have existing relationships with many of the VPs. And that's an added bonus to anyone, from a novice vendor to a well-seasoned vendor. And most importantly, the agent will traditionally know exactly which buyer to approach, which category to approach for you and your product. Yet again, saving you a heck of a lot of time, a heck of a lot of aggravation, and a heck of a lot of money. And helping to ensure that you have the most possible chance for success. Now that you know the 5 methods for you getting your product on a shopping channel, I'm about to make a very special offer for you. Now, this is something I've never done before, and it is for a very limited time. So for those of you who come on board with me, I will personally evaluate your product and send you a customized report speaking about the chances of success of your product. Now, this is something I've never done before, and quite frankly, I really don't know how long I am going to continue doing this because it takes a lot of time to look at your product, and it takes a lot of time for me to be able to evaluate your product, and time is money. And in the world of home shopping, time is the only thing that's real and that you never get back. Now, the investment in yourself and the investment in your product for this customized evaluation, a mere $97. And that's probably going to be the best $97 that you've spent in a really long time. Think about this. How much money have you already spent on your product? In research and development, in legal fees, perhaps in contacting someone who made you promises and you got nothing back in return. You have to understand that you are completely protected when you make this investment in yourself and with me. You have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Plus, your product is completely protected with a confidentiality that is built into our terms of service. Now, you're probably wondering, why would someone like me, of my expert status, who normally charges $500 an hour, be willing to do a customized report for such a little amount of money and spend all of her time doing it? Well, the answer is quite simple, and I'll be very frank with you, because there's something in it for me. You see, I believe some of you have really great products, and I want to be a part of that. It's really quite simple. So, what do you need to do now? Well, you need to hit the Add to Cart button now, where you will be redirected to an area where I will ask you a whole heck of a lot of questions about your product so that I can make the appropriate evaluation. I will provide you with the following information: price points, competition, best market, things you need to do before you take it to market, your best possible chances for success. Will you be successful? Do you have a chance of being successful? We'll talk about market competition, market saturation. I basically am going to give you everything you need to know about your product for the world of home shopping. And if your product is not suitable, I'll let you know that too. But I will also provide you with necessary information and steps in order for you to proceed so that you can succeed. I will give you alternatives other than shopping channels to help you be successful. So don't hesitate. Act now while this is still available. You have nothing to lose. You have a complete 30-day money-back guarantee, and you and your product are completely protected with a confidentiality that is in our terms of service. So, click the button now, and I look forward to both of our success.